In our previous lesson, we saw the question that God asked, the first question, at least the first question I could find in the Bible, where God asks the man, he says, "Where are you?" So he's asking Adam, "Where are you?" Because Adam was hiding. And the scripture says, he said, "I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself." Then God says, this question right here, whoops, with my pointer, "Who told you that you were naked?" Okay, who told you that you were naked? That's God's question to Adam. And that question is something that reveals a paradigm shift in Adam and Eve's thinking, that they went from innocence to a wisdom that God did not want them to have, and that is knowledge of good and evil. And that can be debated exactly how that all transpired, but the bottom line is God made it very clear that he was not the one who told them they were naked. The reason they knew that was because they disobeyed God and their eyes were open, the scripture says. So what does that mean for me and you today? What that means is that we have a view of the world that is different than God's intent. The only way that we're going to be able to see God's intent is if we see his way of looking at the world, his view. And so this is our view. It's down here, it's earthly. His view is higher, it's heavenly. And so the only way we're going to be able to align with him is to see what his word says about how we should behave, how we should believe, how we should think, how we should act. And that comes from a knowledge of the scripture. So ask yourself the question, who told you that you were, and fill in the blank? Whatever you say about yourself, do you have low self-esteem? Do you think too highly of yourself? Are you proud or arrogant? Who told you that you were whatever it may be? I know in my life I've had to ask the question, who told me that this is the way to do things? And I had to search. And sometimes that may be a close person in your life, as far as a relative or a friend. But if they said the wrong thing, if they said something against God, then it's not the truth. So my advice to you is to learn the heavenly way so that you can know how to operate in the earthly realm. So prayerfully, you'll continue with us in this journey, 40 days of looking at the questions of God to man. Today's question in review and finally is, who told you you were naked?